my precious. This is the blue one in the back. Is a cheap mountain bike that I got from a friend, and that is not working very well. I did a lot of work on this one in the spring and early summer. I changed the tires and I changed half the bike, I think. But I'm having trouble getting everything straightened out, and so I think that someone has run this bike over at some point, because it feels like it's just crooked everywhere. So I'm having a hard time getting that one up and running. And the other one is my precious, my true precious, my Merida, my racer. And I haven't been biking at all this year, and I didn't last year either, which is such a shame because I love biking and I want to do it more. It is time. We are going to test the cereals that I got the other day. My son tried them yesterday and I'm not sure what he thought actually. The jury's out. Oh, you know what? Let's start with the yogurt. I went down to the stores and I got some without lactose, because why not? No, actually I can't. At my age I have found that dairy products, oh this is thick, is something I have a hard time handling nowadays. So I decided I would try that one. It has acidophilus and bifidus and whatnot, and I hope it's no sugar, it's natural. Naturel. No, I don't think so. There's not supposed to be anything added to it. Okay, let's see. Oh, they look good. Oops. It looks nice, I guess. We've got some mango and blueberries. Not too bad. Not too bad. And let's do some honey on top. Let's do a lot of honey, apparently. Okay. Let's try it. I like the crunch. Doesn't have much of a flavor in itself. Yeah, well, it'll do. I'm gonna go finish my breakfast, which is taking place way after lunch. But I worked all night. I couldn't sleep until like 5 this morning, so I slept until noon today. But that's what happens when you work late and you work all night. Okay, I'm gonna have my breakfast, lunch, afternoon snack, and I'll be back. Hi there. I thought I would try to get some context into today's vlog, because at this point I got a couple of bits and bobs. I showed you my bikes downstairs in the basement, and I have tested the cereals, which were okay, but as for nutritional value of that type of product, I don't know. Why do you burn something into a crisp so that all nutritional value is gone and then you add nutritional? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense, but it was okay. It was they had a nice crunch to them, and as a cereal product, it's okay. And when I watched back those two clips that I had made, I realized that I've got kind of a theme going on in my vlog today. And the thing is, when I was filming yesterday, I was filming myself out in the garden picking the chestnuts, and I didn't like what I was seeing. The physical appearance of me is not what I want it to be. Now, I'm not talking about being overweight, which I am, which is the thing, but it's not the... I want to be healthy, I want to be strong, I want to be able to do a lot of things, and I can't right now because I'm packing a heavy load. And I was thinking about that last night, and I love training, I love running, I love biking, I would love to do parkour and, you know, all that type of things. I'm not much of a gym rat, I don't know, it's not really my kind of thing. I prefer outdoors training. And I was thinking about this last night when I went to bed and this morning when I woke up, and in particularly the part about biking, because I have 2 bikes, like I showed you, and one of them was gifted to me by a friend several years ago, and I rode it maybe a couple of times, but the tires were so old when I got them that one of them exploded, and it's just been sitting there ever since. And so this spring I started renovating that bike, and I changed the tires and tubes and everything, and the gear wires and all of that. But what I found was that the bike frame seemed to be crooked somehow, so I had a hard time getting all the adjustments done properly. And then I have my racer bike, my Merida, and I bought her 2 or 3 years ago. 3 years ago almost, I think. And I rode her quite a lot the first season I had her, because I was living somewhere else than I am right now. I had a few months away from the house that I live in. And then I came back to the house, and even though I live in the countryside, and there's a lot of, you know, small roads and stuff like that, I found myself riding my bikes less than ever. Because I live along a road that is very, very heavily trafficked. There's a lot of trucks, and yeah, it's lethal. And there's become this culture that has kind of grown more and more during the late years, where motorists, I mean drivers in general, both cars and trucks, seem to think that people on bikes you're free to run them over, especially if you wear bike attire, clothes. And can you tell I'm upset? I'm having a hard time finding words for this. So it's really, really dangerous to get on your bike here to go anywhere where you need to go. There are smaller roads where I can, you know, like gravel roads, where I could go with my mountain bike if I could get that fixed, but that would be more of it wouldn't have a purpose other than possibly exercise and just getting out and about. But I would like to be able to commute by bike from here to Uppsala, which is the closest larger city to me. It's quite a way to bike. It would take, I don't know, maybe a couple of hours one way, but I would do it. I would totally do it if there was an infrastructure for it. And but there's not. I would probably not survive doing that because of the mentality of chauffeurs in general these days, and they don't think that someone on a bike is allowed to be on the road at all, and they don't make any room for me. They will like pass you like this close, which is really, really scary when the car is passing you in like 90 kilometers per hour, or even worse, a truck, because you kind of get sucked into the to the sides of them. So yeah, so I stopped biking. I didn't bike at all this season, and I didn't last year either. And that sucks, because I really want to. I really need to. And I can totally tell when I saw those pictures of myself and that footage of myself yesterday, it was heartbreaking. because that's a body that hasn't been moving about as much as I want to and as I need to. And also, there's been a lot happening the past couple of years here, and I've had not quite as much time as I would need. I work a lot, and I work really, really hard to get my businesses up and running, and yeah. So the footage that I saw yesterday just really, really made it clear to me that I need to prioritize my health again more than I have in a long, long time. I need to find ways to do all the stuff that I love, to go biking and running and doing parkour. Maybe I could build my own parkour track in the garden or something, I don't know. But I really need to get down now, because it was so heartbreaking to see myself yesterday in that footage, and I don't want it to be like that. I don't want to look like that. I don't want to feel like I feel right now, and I want to be able to look at myself in the mirror and recognize myself. So, that's today's vlog. I'm gonna stop now. I've already been talking for several minutes. I'm going to knit some more pumpkins, and I'm going to make some chunky yarn pumpkins and write up that pattern, possibly put on some makeup. I just cleaned my face, so I'm sorry you have to endure my no makeup face today. I'm sure you can handle it. Yeah, that's it for today's vlog. I'll start editing it, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.